Hey, everybody, really quick. For the month of December, when you give a Magnum subscription as a gift, you'll get it for half off. That's 1 year for $24. Don't buy a scarf or a gadget. Give them something sexy and smart at savage.love. We appreciate it, and happy holidays. You're listening to After Action Report at savage.love.
After Action Report.
Hey, welcome to After Action Report, where you and I get to hear stories from people about first-time sexual experiences, new sexual adventures. This week, I get to have a conversation with Grace, who wanted to try a little escort role play. Grace is lucky enough to be blessed with a creative, intelligent, smart, GGG, indulgent boyfriend. They went for it, and Grace is here to tell us all about how it went. Grace, welcome to After Action Report. It's wonderful to have you.
Thank you so much for having me, Dan. And I just want to disclose at the beginning that I stutter. And I also would like to welcome any listeners who stutter to call in. I haven't heard so many stutterers out there. So come on in, you all.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. People who stutter are absolutely welcome to come on the Savage Lovecast. So, Grace, what is it that you tried?
So, Dan, I think the best way to describe it is I had this fantasy of wearing a trench coat with something small underneath and showing up at my boyfriend's house. But then I also have harbored this fantasy of being a high-end escort for many years, but that ship has sailed. So we decided to combine these two things.
So when you say you had a fantasy of being a high-end escort for many years, but that ship has sailed, that ship never sails. Is it that something that you fantasized about doing in reality, doing sex work, and you've decided that that's no longer something that you could imagine actually doing? Or is it just the fantasy of the role play of being an escort? Because the ship never sails for fantasy and role play.
So I was in college about 25 years ago, and I had a friend who was involved in that work. And it sounded very, at that time, safe and appealing, but I didn't take the leap. And I think at this age, as a single mom who's actually also a speech pathologist with a stutter, that ship has sailed.
Okay. All right. Just to be clear. All right. Yeah. So you decided to go for it, to wear the trench coat with nothing much underneath when you went to see the boyfriend, but also to incorporate role play of your escort fantasies. How did that all come together for you?
So we went out to this restaurant, and he said to me, you may receive a text afterwards. And he walked me to my car, and as soon as he walked away, I received a text which I was hoping I could read to the audience without any disclosing info.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, thank you. So it said, booking confirmation. You have been booked for the following. It said the date and the time was within 1 hour. And it mentioned his location, and it said that the criteria was that the person was slim, beautiful, obedient with possible restraints. I should arrive on time, and I will maintain silence during the entire session.
So your partner knew you had fantasies about being a high-end escort, and he sent you a booking text.
And he had obviously planned it, but I wasn't sure when it would arrive. And it was so incredibly thoughtful and exactly what I had wanted to receive for 25 years.
Okay. So good for your partner. Reminds me of a guy I know whose boyfriend had an abduction fantasy who staged his kidnapping for him. And like, to know what your partner's like ultimate fantasy is and to set it in motion, to take the sharing of the fantasy as permission to like make the arrangements, that's wonderful. That's what a really terrifically GGG partner would do. So you get the booking, then what?
Okay, so I have 1 hour. So I head home and I'm kind of nervous. Like, I care about this partner. It's been about 3 months, but I'm nervous, I haven't really done role play before. And also, we're both sober. We met in AA. So, it takes a lot of fucking balls to do this stuff sober. So I go home, I find the lingerie, I get my trench coat, I have on these super high heels. And because he says show up at 10 p.m. sharp, I parked down the road from his home, but I turned the lights off because I really wanted to be a perfect entry. And at 9:59, I walk up and knock at the door.
Role play has always been hard for me to wrap my head around just because I'm a terrible actor. One of my earliest kink, fun, crazy experiences was with somebody who said, I was like, so what am I supposed to be? What's my part? What's my role? And he said, no playing, no acting. You just are like a gay pervert, and so am I. What is it about you that makes role play possible for you in a way that is just not possible for me and others like me?
I actually was incredibly nervous, but I find in life, I get such a reward from doing things that are so scary, whether it's speaking publicly with a stutter or just living in Africa. There's so many things that I find. So I'm willing to almost want to throw up because it feels awesome after.
So how did it go? You're there, you ring the doorbell, it's 10 o'clock. Set the scene for us. Let us know how it went down or how you went down.
So he opens up, and because it's this escort fantasy, I didn't expect him to be wearing business sexy attire. And I love when he wears glasses because he's older. It's that zaddy vibe. And there's Portishead in the background, and the lights are low. And I wonder if we're going to be in the bedroom, but I see there's a living room thing with a cushion and a leather footrest, and I'm like, ooh. So he tells me to take off the trench coat, and I'm only wearing the lingerie and high heels, and he very sexily slips off the lingerie, so I'm naked in heels, and he's fingering me from behind a bit, and then he tells me to get on my knees on the cushion and doing some blowjob to gagging, which is so fun. And then he puts a gag piece in my mouth and tells me to lay on my stomach on this leather cushion. And there's this very beautiful, sexy, prolonged vaginal massage with coconut oil. And then after a while, I feel something, and I for a second think it's his penis, but it's bigger and it's touching the outside of the vulva, and I realize that I'm getting fisted for the first time.
Oh my God.
I know, it was amazing.
You buried the lead here.
Sorry,
buried the lead.
There was also
I thought this was the role play after action report. You got fisted for the first time?
Yes, and it was such a good warm up. It was the most amazing, full feeling with that outside bit. And we've been talking about it, but I didn't know it was going to come. It was fucking amazing.
So he knew that fisting was something that you were interested in.
Oh yeah, we'd been looking at diagrams and talking about my lesbian neighbors. It was a discussion, but I didn't know it was coming.
But do your lesbian neighbors fist on the front porch or something? How did the lesbian neighbors factor in?
No, they fist every Sunday morning, and they always tell me about it.
Yeah, those are the best kind of lesbian neighbors. Okay, so you got fisted for the first time.
Yeah.
How did it go? Was it a good experience? Would you do it again? Have you done it again?
His warm up, he's so intuitive, and if it hadn't been this coconut massage prolonged warm up, I think it wouldn't have been as awesome. But he's so intuitive, and it felt fucking amazing. We haven't done it since, but I would do it absolutely again.
I just I love your boyfriend. I want you to share him.
He's amazing.
He knew you had this role play fantasy about being an escort. He knew that fisting was something that you guys had discussed in advance. He just kind of filed it away.
And also, I think to make this work, You have to be so sexy, so intuitive, but you have to read your partner so well. And he does all of that in this way where I'm like, thank fucking God I'm sober. And I saw this beautiful silver fox walk into AA because it's all worked out like this.
Well, I'm so happy for you. Do you have any advice for people who are thinking about trying this thing that you tried? But there's so many things you tried here. The trench coat fantasy with nothing on underneath or nothing much on underneath, the high-priced, high-end escort fantasy, and getting fisted. Any advice for people who want to like run those bases, hit that triple?
I have two pieces of advice, which are find someone who is so intuitive and be sober if possible, and then be willing to be super scared before, because you have to be scared if it's going to be awesome sometimes.
I'm just projecting myself into that experience.
Yeah.
The outline of it, that there's something you've always wanted to do, you fantasized about doing, and then you realize your partner is making that thing happen. The fisting I'm thinking about in particular right now. And I've been in that position, never taken a fist actually, so mad props, all like respect to you. But I've been in that position where like there's been something I wanted for a long time and it's suddenly happening. And it's a gift that's being given to me by my partner. And I've never felt more loved than I did at those times when like the person was making it happen for me, cared enough to make it happen, to file it away, to remember it, and to find the right time, place, space, toys, gear, setup, whatever it was that I needed to make it all happen for me. And I felt so touched and loved when that happened for me. You must have felt the same.
Actually, it's funny that you say that because the week after, when I was giving him a blowjob, I told him I loved him for the first time. So I know what you mean. And yeah, I know what you mean.
Grace, thank you for coming on After Action Report.
This was awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you again, Grace. If you have a tale that you want to share, if you've had a new sexual adventure, if you've tried something for the very first time that you've been thinking about, or you tried something because your partner was thinking about it, whether you're a smooth talker or you have a stutter or any other speech impediment, you are welcome to come on the show. We want to talk with you. We want to hear about it. Give us a short summary of your experience when you want to come on the show and talk about it, and send it to us at q@savage.love with After Action Report in the subject line, and we will talk to you in the new year. Happy holidays, everyone.
After Action Report.